Hello, my count. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and we are the Hebrew Israelites, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Samoan Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. And according to the Holy Scriptures, we're God's chosen people. Shalom to all the beloved brethren out there, pushing this knowledge in sincerity and truth. Shalom to the few sisters, and shalom to the white foreigners who are scattered abroad. And we're going to jump right into it. As you can see the title, The New World Order, film 1993. Our beloved apostles and elders was already teaching about these things in their 90s. That's when they put the information on YouTube. They pretty much filled our minds, our spiritual minds, these same things that's about to come to pass and have been coming to pass. Ultimate last task for the Edomites is to bring in this RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. Okay, now here it is.
Your mother, there isn't anything that you have or ever hope to have. Your child, your mother, there isn't anything that you have or ever hope to have that they're not planning on taking away. I'm talking about the oligarchy of evil that controls this country. The American dream is over. The American nightmare is here. The big picture, they want it all. They want to enslave your child, your wife, your mother. There isn't anything that you ever had. There isn't anything that you own. There isn't any right that you possess that they're not planning on taking away. Sheeple. Your sheeple. And your children are going to be slaughtered if you go along with the program. It's time to wake the town and tell the sheeple. We are being led like sheep to the slaughter. What is the purpose? A new world order. The United States of America is controlled by this evil army. They control the money system. They control the State Department. They control the presidency. On the backside of the dollar bill, you'll find the Illuminati pyramid. Anuit Septus. Novus Ordo Seclorum. If you look very closely, you will see an owl. So they have a plan to give us a new age, world, global, occultic religion. They're going to have been deceived so greatly that they'll actually think it's something good. In fact, the whole New Age movement, the New World Order crowd is telling people that the 666 mark of the beast is the most elite thing that could ever happen to them. No cash. Cashless society. It's ready to go. Disease could be created. In essence, this is what he was saying. We have new strains of virtually everything that's drug resistant or drug. I'm not worried about the old diseases. I'm worried about the ones that they create to bring down the population of the world. They said they want to exterminate them, but that they consider them to be useless eaters. Words are very important to the Illuminati. These things are manufactured purposely for a purpose. And so I'm saying that there is something organized and directed, and it's here in this country. Future shocker biochip. And this is what Anthony showed you earlier, a biochip. That's an injectable computer chip, an economic mark in the back.
Wow. So let's pause it right there. Everything that's been going on with this one synagogue of Satan group, IUIC. This is out of the horse's mouth, man. Not the horse's mouth. These so-called insiders' mouth. Filmed in 1993 in the beloved apostles and elders from the beloved apostle Tahar now and teachings around this time frame. And nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Alright? So you got to beware of these certain groups out there that's constantly flip-flopping and all over the place. The breakdowns are on point, not because they got it from these men. It's through the inspiration and power Yahweh Shemi Awashai opened the minds of our teachers, and they went to videos like these things to be able to link everything through the scriptures. See what I'm saying? So here we are today on the verge of this new monetary system. Alright, this digital system, which is going to incorporate a microchip, brain implants, transhumanism, merging man with machine. Okay? Write that real quick.
To the Illuminati. These things are manufactured purposely for a purpose. And so I'm saying that there is something organized and directed, and it's here in this country. Future shocker biochip. And this is what Anthony showed you earlier, a biochip. That's an injectable computer chip, an economic mark in the back of our right hands or in our foreheads. You've got a choice. You can join in this fight, or you can.
That's the first time I heard of this book from the beloved apostles and elders of Great Millstone, The Secrets of the Federal Reserve. You understand what I'm saying? So, all praise to Yahweh Shemi Awashai. So let's get right into it. So what you're looking at is a true depiction of who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, whose real name in the Hebrew tongue is Yahweh Shai. Okay? What you're looking at is a true depiction of who the world ignorantly called God, the word ignorantly called Jehovah, whose real name in the Hebrew tongue is Yahweh. When you call upon the Most High and the Son, you must say Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh means he to be, or he is. Bahashim means in the name, and Yahweh Shai means he delivers. Come back to deliver the elect out of the nation of Israel. Okay? Started by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai again. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. The body Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. With his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and the beloved apostles, and all you beloved brethren out there, pushing his knowledge and sincerity and truth. Just get right into the scriptures, man. You got Micah chapter 2, verse 1. And the subheading says, woe to the oppressors. Right? Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. Revelation chapter 6, dealing with the red horse and the pale horse, this Edomite rulership. Okay? They are ruling right now. And the Most High set them up for these things to transpire so prophecy can be fulfilled. So the ultimate takeover is going to be under Yahweh Shai and the angelic forces, Michael the Archangel, and the 144,000. Woe to the oppressors, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. The Lord has allowed them, has given them power to do these things, to push forth these devices, New World Order, this MOTB system, all right? Disease warfare, biological warfare, chemical warfare, right? Wicked is being ruled right now. The scriptures say, woe to the oppressors, because the Lord eventually is going to take them out of their power seat in the most intergalactic, climatic, all right, devastating way. Yeah, it's about to be a motherfucking grand finale, a motherfucking showdown, excuse my language. When Yahweh Shai crack the clouds and rip these devils apart, man. The rest of you nations, right? It says they covet fields and take them by violence. Look what happened over there in the Gaza Strip. They covet fields and take them by violence. The Edomites, the ones that's really controlling America, are those so-called Jews, those gutter rats, those Israelis, all right? Those Khazars, Amalek, Idumeans, in houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Look what it did to Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan. Talking about going into a situation with that one young so-called African leader. His name is slipping me right now because they're trying to formulate a new system in Africa, try to get away from the Western culture, which is all these things been done before. So things are being stirred up. All right, look what they done to the nation of Israel. Totally dismantled us and took our heritage. Look what we did to the Japanese. His list is very extensive. They covet fields and take them by violence. A few mechanisms they will use if they know that your land, your area where you're living at, and you have some type of minerals or resources, they send an economic hitman to bribe your leader. If that doesn't work, you try to send a jackal in to assassinate you. If that doesn't work, they formulate a coup to pay people to overthrow and protest against the government. That's what happened in Libya. That doesn't work. They send in armed forces and formulate some type of propaganda so the masses of people can believe and make you an evil dictator. You ain't done shit half half the stuff this devil been doing over the centuries, man. That's how this devil gets down. Check out the Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It's right there on YouTube. So let's go to NLT real quick. It says, when you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. Propaganda, bribery, coups, wars. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. Many instances out here and throughout the world, when they were setting up these different stadiums out here in California, mainly in Los Angeles County, tribe of Issachar had different neighborhoods in those areas, and they got ran up out of there. I mean, that's on a minute level, but that's still devastating to those families. That's how you've been doing throughout the earth. Direct energy weapons, set up high cost of living, very shit. It's where it formulates homelessness, gentrification. This is you devils. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man of his property. You cheat him. So-called buy property here in America, you have to deal with property tax. If you're able to pay off that 30-year fixed loan mortgage, because that has to be through generations, you got to sit down with your children and, you got to keep this house. That's how we got to do it. All right? Because if you don't pay that, now you in debt, how much the house is, and then if you're able to pay it off, you got to deal with the property tax and all types of shit. That's fraud. Cheat a man out of his property. They deal with interest rates, stealing his family's inheritance. That's what we did to the tribe of Gad. What you did what the conquistadors did to the indigenous tribes when they got here in the late 1400s. You are a murderer. Okay? But you've been set up to do these things. The son of perdition, the man of sin. Alright? Therefore, thus say Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, thus said the Lord in all caps, Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. Alright? So you got the international banking families. You got them different names, but the top ones people are familiar with today are the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds. So dealing with them, all them different international banking families. Therefore, thus say Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which he shall not remove your necks, neither shall he go haughtily, for this time is evil. These devils are caught in a quagmire. There's no escaping this. Right? No escape. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He had changed the portion of my people. How had he removed it from me, turned away, he had divided our fields. So everything's going to backfire against this devil, man. Everything. That's the time frame we are in. All right? So we're dealing with the New World Order. Enterprise. Or it's E-N. Sorry. It's in Job somewhere. Yep, Job 5 and 12. Job 5 and 12. Start at verse 10. Who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the fields? Who set up on high those that be low, change places. The meek shall inherit the earth. Alright, the elect is next. The nation of Israel, the true Israelites are next to rule under the Messiah. that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. That those which mourn may be exalted to safety, man. Shit. He disappointed the devices of their crafty. It's another name for these devils. They are crafty. The serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. That's Esau. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, the New World Order. The New World Order, that's their enterprise. Leading to what? The MOTB. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. All right? So the Lord is allowing them to do these things, so eventually they're going to run into a brick wall, and they're going to stumble and fall. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. So they have these different counts, different secret council meetings, different times of the month and all that stuff to formulate their plans. You know, they call up Satan and everything that Satan tells them to do, they do it because Satan works for the Most High. So everything in this book can be revealed. So prophecy can be revealed. But he saveth the poor from the sword, as the elect. Deliver me from thy hand, which is thy sword, something like that. All right, the sword is Esau. From their mouth and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor had hope, and iniquity stopped in her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrected. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Lord. For he maketh sore and bindeth up. He wounded, and his hands make it whole. Right? So, yeah, we go into our chastisement right now, but Most High's about to bind us up and take down this devil. Right? Yeah, I know I'm going to keep reading, man. This is some good stuff. All right? It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. This is dealing with the elect. In famine he shall redeem thee from death. In famine will be redeemed from death, man. You know what a fucking famine is? I don't know what a famine is. I just got back from buying some chicken. You know, yo, that's serious, man. That's why brothers, you know, man, doing what the fuck we gotta do, man. Doesn't matter how we feel. Going through all different, you know, spiritual attacks, emotional, whatever the fuck it is. We still pushing on. This is the Lord's getting ready to judge this fucking place horribly. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death. That's what famine leads to. Death. Death all around you. People fucking scrawny shit. It's going to lead to cannibalism. And in war from the power of the sword, all types of weaponries, all types of gunshots, all types of chaos about to happen out here. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. So we ready, man. We are in the spirit. All right? The Lord got us. The destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. What? Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. But thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. So these wild animals, beasts, it's going to look at you, might growl and shit, and walk right past you, and go eat some other people, man. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and thou shalt not sin. And thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thy offspring as the grass of the earth. So that's in the kingdom, man. All right? So let's deal with Psalms 37 against the wicked plotted against the just. So that whole New Order stuff, is not going to prevail, man. The Lord's going to make it very exciting, action-packed. And right before he fill his belly, man, the Lord's going to intervene. But man, there's some exciting times about that. Shit's about to get me crazy. Psalms 37. All right. Start at verse 9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Man, that's where it's at. Power, 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 joint ears. Oh, we Yahweh shot. That's what's next. Right? For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. So the next kingdom to come under the Israelites shall be peace. Peace, God. So here we are today. The wicked plot against the just, gnashing upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he see that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, all order and everything that comes with it. They have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy. So they're going to come and try to take us out, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. All right? So, hey, man, we got the insight from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, by Shimrakah Kwadash. Hell yeah, we about to go through some stuff, but we're going to be all right. So I'm saying, family, we're going to laugh, man. So let's give you some insight, man, through the Holy Spirit. The apostles, the elders have been teaching as well. And then we out here now, brothers from different parts of the world. Me and America is continuing the same breakdowns. And hey, we at the end of this thing. We at the end of Esau's kingdom. So Lord wants to edify less on the very elect. Shalom.